I'm going to broadcast the game that I'm actually playing. Ordinarily, this would be kind of taboo, but my team has lost about 7 games in a row. This season is pretty much out, and the person I'll be playing tonight is Dennis Crowley, who's the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. He's a great coach, really good at what he does, and he's a friend. So I thought, what the heck? We'll just call this the SSFA showcase game, and let's put a regular season game on, shall we? So let's have him connect here in just a little bit, and we will get started with the game momentarily. I usually do a little bit more show prep, but in this case, I can tell you that my record, the Cleveland Browns, heading into this game, we are 2-8, and for all intents and purposes, our season is finished. Dennis, on the other hand, I'm going to take a look at the standings and see where he is. Coming into this game, Seattle is 7-4, so they've made a nice little turnaround here in the second half. So his season is not over, not by a long shot. My season, on the other hand, is completely over. Made all the worse that I've gotten rid of my #1 draft pick. So I am probably going to be suffering for a couple of years here. I traded my first-round pick this year and my next year pick and a third-round pick next year and Bradley Roby to get Dak Prescott, and he has had an absolute nightmarish season. But we're going to try to muddle through this and see if we can win a few games in a row and see what happens. Regardless, Dennis Crowley is a very good friend of mine. He's a great strat player, and he is one of the people who has introduced me to this league. And so we're just going to communicate here just a little bit. I get my card open, and we will get started. There's just a few more weeks left in this season, and we'll start doing some playoff games. And obviously then, we'll have a little bit more competition. Why in the world are we broadcasting a game with a 2-8 team? It's because I've lost so many games, and I want to make this one a little bit fun, and it'll be fun to broadcast the game here with Dennis Crowley, one of my Stratomatic mentors. So let's set the stage for you here. My lineup usually starts with an I formation. That's Alfred Blue in the backfield, and that's Damian Williams as fullback. Under center is Dak Prescott. His wideouts are Jarvis Landry and Dante Moncrief. This team will be better next year, as I do have Keenan Allen, who's coming off a terrific year. That's Lance Kendrick at tight end. Dennis rolls out with a 3-4. So I'm going to throw a flat pass here. This should go to Kendricks. Let's see what happens. So first down and 10, and Dak Prescott is under center. Crowley comes out in a 3-4. So Dennis is 7-4. He didn't get off to a very good start in this league, but he's really starting to turn it on here in the second half. He is a winner of numerous leagues. And on first down, he calls a pass as well. He did not move anybody into that zone, so let's see what happens. Kendricks will catch this pass, and he'll get 7 yards, so a nice start for Lance. And that's now second down and 3. Ball at the Browns 32. Just underway in this regular season contest. Seattle Seahawks 7-4, rounding out the third quarter of – 12th game, basically, 7-4. The Browns are pretty much packing it in. We're 2-8. We have a couple more games left this quarter. And here comes a pass. It's intended for Moncrief, and the pass falls incomplete. Defense calls short yardage, so a bad break. White dive 4. Didn't catch a break on that one, so now it's third down and 3. Ball at the 32. We'll stay in the I formation. Dennis will, let's see what he's going to do. Dennis Crowley, one of the premier coaches. He's in multiple leagues and has multiple championships. In fact, he's coming off back-to-back Autumn Wind titles. And Dennis says he needs a minute. So I've been playing in this Stratomatic League now for 3 seasons. I took over an expansion franchise 2 years ago, the Buffalo Bills. led them to a 5-11 record after they'd finished the previous season 3-13. This last year, under Jay Cutler, of all things, I brought this team to an 8-8 record. I really overperformed. It was predicted. Tom Cook and Dennis Crowley are two of the main coaches in this league, and they also do a preview show. Tom figured I'd get a 6-10 record. I think Dennis was a little overambitious and thought I'd go 9-7. I did wind up going 8-8 with a turnover-laden team, but somehow figured out a way to go 500. So I anticipated this season being obviously a little bit stronger than what it has become. I traded the farm to get a quality quarterback and a quality coach and quarterback and quality card in Dak Prescott. It just did not turn out that way at all. His numbers have been nightmarish this year. I made a few more trades to make my team competitive. I was really thinking that this team had a shot at the playoffs, and now I'm left with what in the world was I thinking? It's going to take a while to dig myself out of this hole. It is a 24-team league, very competitive, and without draft picks, a first and a third next year, it's going to make it awfully tough. Needless to say, it's going to be even worse with the fact that I don't have a running back for next year. I will not have a running back, as Alfred Blue will not have enough carries. Alfred Blue won't have enough carries next year. I don't believe he even has 100 carries to be a regular running back in this league, nor does his backup Devontae Booker. So I've got a lot of work to do next year. There's some good pieces on this team. There's some good young pieces on this team, but it's going to be years from competing, but that's okay. It's still fun. We have a lot of quality people in this league. It's run by Ed Barrow, also known as NFL Ed. He coaches the San Francisco 49ers. They're always in the mix. Jay Villing with the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're always a solid team. While we're waiting for Dennis to get back online, right now we are in the third quarter. The Cincinnati Bengals stand at 10-2. The New Orleans Saints are at 10-2. Green Bay is at 9-2. I lost a game by a field goal to the Packers here just recently. That's Tom Cook and his New York Jets. They are 7-2. There's Ed Barrow's 9-3, San Francisco 49ers. Houston Texans 7-3, Minnesota Vikings 7-3. Seattle comes in at 7-4. There's Jay Villing at 5-3. He's not been able to play any of his games this quarter. That deadline is coming up. I'm sure he's going to get to it. I just dropped a game to the Buffalo Bills here just a moment ago at 6-5, and now they'll be 7-5 after that. So here we are, 3rd down and 3. Third down and 3 for the Browns. Ball at their 32. I formation. Here comes a curl pass to Moncrief, and that pass is going to fall incomplete. So now it's 4th down, and the Browns go 3 and out on their first possession against Seattle. So not the start that we wanted. So into punt formation will be Colin Schmidt, Buffalo Bills punter. Puts a toe on it. That's 45-yard kick. It'll land at the 23, and it will be returned by Dwayne Harris, but he doesn't pick up any yardage. So Seattle will take over at their own 23. That's Russell Wilson under center. In the backfield is the ageless Frank Gore. Dennis Crowley leads the league in teams led by Russell Wilson. That is his quarterback du jour for nearly every club in which he plays. His first down pass is to Quincy Enunwa, but the pass falls incomplete. Kenny Britt, Quincy Enunwa are his wideouts. His tight ends, Luke Wilson and Jeff Graham. So 2nd down and 10. Got a pretty stout line, 5-5-4, 6 and 6. Defense calls pass on the play. Here is an off-tackle run to Gore. I put a linebacker in that zone, but I guessed pass, so let's see what comes up. He is able to pick up 4 on the strength of that line. White die 6 came up. There was a 5 rated linebacker in the zone. He's unable to make the play, so that brings up a 3rd and 4. So this definitely is flat pass. Opens up flat pass possibilities. He does have some deep threats, though. Britt is a decent threat, so I'll be hard-pressed to move this free safety. So 3rd down and 6. Ball at his own 27. Let's see if we can get him off the field here. Here comes an off-tackle draw to Eddie Lacy. Nice call, but with the linebacker containment, they stop him 2 yards short of the line to gain. So Seattle, in normal circumstances, would punt, but instead, this is the Dennis Crowley that we all know. He's going to go for it on the ball on his own 31. I'm happy about this. This maybe gives me a chance to take over possession in his own end of the field. So let's see what we can get here. 4th down and 2. Ball at his own 31. Eddie Lacy has a very good guess wrong card. So does Russell Wilson. I'm going to call short yardage and see if he'll run. He does not. He throws a screen pass to Eddie Lacy. But guess what? Guess what, chicken butt? We're going to get the ball back. That's a loss of 1 on the play, and there was an injury on the play. And that is Darryl Smith. That's my 4 rated linebacker, I believe. So he will be up for the rest of the game. That's going to hurt. I don't believe I have another 4 rated linebacker, but the good news is I will take over. 1st down at the Seattle 30. So the Browns, excellent field position. Let's see if they can cash in. Three-four defense for Seattle. Here comes a pass to Landry. Defense guesses pass. Going to throw on the flat. It's caught. 17-yard pickup. 1st down. Short gain on Dak Prescott's card. And Cleveland is definitely in business. Looks like they're going to be the first to put some points here on the board, barring a turnover. 1st down and 10. Defense calls short yardage. Here's a run for Alfred Blue, and he's caught in the backfield. He loses a yard. Nice call by the defense. 2nd down and 11. Ball at the Seattle 14. We're just underway here in the 1st quarter. No score, Cleveland and Seattle. Seattle 7-4, Cleveland 2-8. Here comes an end run for Dak Prescott. Defense. Wow, nice call by Dennis Crowley. He put a man in the zone. We were able to pick up 2 on the play. He was blitzing the house on that play. So now it's 3rd down and 9. Ball at the 13. I get the feeling they're going to bring it here again. We're going to throw a short pass to Damian Williams. He's pretty decent out of the backfield. He's being guarded by a 4, so let's see if we can make some noise on this play. Crowley has the 3-3-5. He does bring a couple of linebackers here. Here comes that pass to Damian Williams. And they are going to sack him, and it's a big sack. That'll move the ball all the way back to the 22. So Greg Zuerlein will come on to try to put Cleveland on top with a 39-yard field goal attempt. The snap, kick, and it's good. And Cleveland will take the lead over Seattle 3-0. 9 minutes to play here in the 1st half. Seattle will return this one 24 yards. That was Dwayne Harris. Ball at the 25-yard line of Seattle. Here comes the Seahawks' 2nd possession. They were stopped on 4th down and 2 from their own 31. An aggressive play call for Dennis Crowley, as is his style. Russell Wilson under center. Got some strong targets there in Jimmy Graham. Kenny Britt's a great deep threat. Has that strong line, too. Eddie Lacy's a good change of pace back. He doesn't have a lot of carries, so you got to protect him. So we'll see if we see a lot of Frank Gore here. And we're waiting for Dennis to make a play call. There we go. All right. So defense in the 3-4. That's Aaron Donald. In the middle, that's Clowney. I've got a good front line. And Jarrell Casey. So that is 6-5-6 up the middle. And on 1st and 10, here comes an inside run. There's no linebackers in the zone. It's guess wrong. And Gore's going to make him pay. 9-yard pickup on first down. That's 2nd down and 1. Plenty of possibilities now. Frank Gore, steady as she goes. Steady, not a spectacular card, but Gore has been on several of Dennis Crowley's teams. Here comes an off-tackle run left, and this is going to pick up 11 yards, so 20 yards on 2 carries for Frank Gore. 1st down and 10, ball at the 45-yard line. We're halfway through the 1st quarter. Cleveland up 3-0. Now with 2 6-rated blockers there at tackle and guard, it's hard for me to move one of my linebackers, my 5-rated linebacker, into that zone. You kind of get punished there because you're leaving a 0 in the middle. That's Blake Martinez, who's a very strong run defender. But you leave him vulnerable with a 0. Here's a flat pass to Kenny Britt. That's a pickup of 6 yards. And it's now 2nd down and 4. Ball at the Cleveland 49. This is Seattle's first foray into Browns territory. Off-tackle draw. Defense guesses run. This should be good. It is. He's keyed, and that means he loses a yard. So now it's 3rd and 5. I ordinarily say good call by the defense, but that call was made by me, so I guess that was a lucky call. 3rd down and 5. Frank Gore stays in the game, so I don't see a 3rd down draw play here. Not with that 6-5-6 front. 3 wide set for Seattle. 3-3-5 for the Browns defense. I'm looking pass here. He doesn't have the strongest wideouts. You have to think he's going to go flat. So I'll take my free safety out of the zone, and I'll put 2 in that zone. Oh, would you know? Look at that. An off-tackle run for Frank Gore. Let's see if he makes it count. No linebackers in the zone. He picks up 4, and that'll bring up another 4th down. 4th down and 1, and he's obviously going to go for it here. It's just a matter of formation. This will be his 2nd 4th down attempt. Can we get lucky and stop him on 2 consecutive 4th downs? I formation. Frank Gore up the middle. That's Kyle Juszczyk at fullback. Russell Wilson under center. Would he dare throw a pass here? I'm going to guess pass just for the hay. I'm going to throw a fullback up there. Let's see if he decides to go deep. Here comes an off-tackle run. Defense guesses wrong. But we do have a linebacker in the zone. And he makes me pay. So a 5-yard pickup. A little too smart for my own good there. Dennis picks up the 1st down on a 5-yard run. I'd be interested to see if I'd have called a run, if that would have made a difference. Anyway, Seattle's drive continues. 5.5 to play here in the 1st quarter. They trail 3-0 to the Cleveland Browns. Crowley is 7-4 in this league. Cleveland Browns are limping along at 2-8. Here comes a curl pass. It's intended for Kenny Britt, and that's a dump, and that's a pickup of 7. So we pressured the quarterback, and he dumped it off and picks up 7 yards. Now it's 2nd down and 3. Ball at the Browns 34. They're inching closer to field goal range and the potential to tie. Second down, here's another curl pass. This one again to Kenny Britt. He's guarded by a 4. And that pass falls incomplete. So now it's third down and 3. Ball at the 34 of the Browns. Seattle comes out in an I formation with Eddie Lacy at halfback. 6-rated fullback blocking in front of him, Kyle Juszczyk. Defense again back in their 3-4. Here comes a deep shot for Kenny Britt. We've moved our free safety. We put pressure on the quarterback, and again, another dump off. So we're putting heat on Russell Wilson. We're just not able to capitalize. Another dump off, another 7-yard pickup, and it's again another first down for Seattle as this drive continues. Ball at the Browns' 27-yard line. Tight end set. Frank Gore. 2 tight end set. Frank Gore in the backfield. Here comes a pass. And this one's coming to Luke Wilson. The pass falls incomplete. Russell Wilson, not a very strong guest right card, and he loses that must-run ability. He doesn't have as many must-runs as he used to. This one was on the receiver card. Pass falls incomplete. Second down and 10. Ball at the 27. Certainly in field goal range. Looking for more. 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Seattle trails Cleveland 3-0. Here's a pass to Juszczyk. And again, another dump-off play. So it's now third down and 5. That's 3 on this drive, at least. So third down and 5. Ball at the 22. I formation. That's Eddie Lacy in the backfield. Third down and 5. Defense gets his run. Here's an off-tackle draw. This is going to be good news here. 2-yard pickup. Fourth down. Ball at the 3. Let's see. This third down. Excuse me. Ball at the 20. Fourth down. Does he go for it? He certainly does. 4th and 3. Ball at the 20. And they will go for it once again. So defense guessed right on Eddie Lacy, and on a draw, they key him, but it was on the defensive card. He still was able to pick up 2, and that'll bring up fourth down. We're going to bring up a linebacker. We're going to put somebody over here. We're going to call pass and see what happens. Here is a curl pass to Kenny Britt, and that pass falls incomplete. So, again, Cleveland will take over. That was a lucky break for the defense, actually, on that play. It was a defender X or short gain. Kenny Britt is being guarded by a 4, and in this case, he was able to make the play, so the Browns will take over. They have stopped Seattle on 2 out of 3 fourth down attempts. So rather than kicking the field goal that would have tied it there, 37-yarder, it likely would have been a tying score. Dennis decides to go for it, and we'll turn the ball back over to the Browns. So Cleveland will take over at their own 20. This is their third drive. Their first drive of the game, 3 and out. Their second drive, they had excellent field position after stopping Seattle on fourth down in their own territory. Took over at the Seahawks 30. So 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Browns up 3-0. Browns with 2 wins in 10 contests this year. Seattle 7-4, very much in the playoff hunt. Okay, so we're back. Dennis is back. He's called his defense. So on first down, that's Alfred Blue under center, excuse me, in halfback position, and that's Damian Williams blocking for him. Here comes an inside run to Alfred Blue. It's guessed wrong, but he only picks up a yard on the play. The dreaded 5, but he's able to actually pick up a yard. So it's now second down. Ball at the 21. Prescott under center. Here's a pass. Actually, Prescott will run on this one here. He's pressured. He picks up 7 yards on the play. He's a good running quarterback, although he's not afforded as many attempts as most running quarterbacks would be. Now it's third down and 2. And as is so often when playing Dennis Crowley, you have to grind these games out. And now comes a big third down and 2. We'd like to be able to convert this and move the chains. I'm going to call an inside run for Alfred Blue. Let's see what the defense counters with. Hopefully Dennis is thinking we'll go to throw a quick pass. He did call pass, so this is good news. Let's see if we can pick up something here. Alfred Blue, oh gosh, dreaded 5 again. Boy, bad break. It was the right call. I just didn't get the dice roll. So fourth down and 1. So again, we'll have to turn the ball over. We've not been able to move the ball very much at all in this game. That's a good punt for Colton Schmidt. That's 47 yards. It's picked up by Harris, and again, no gain on the play. So flip the field. Seattle will take over, ball at their own 24 as we come to the end of the first quarter. It is Cleveland 3, Seattle nothing. This is the Seahawks' third possession. Story of this first quarter, obviously, the fourth down conversions or the lack thereof. Seattle went for it 3 times on fourth down, the first time deep in their own territory. Turned the ball over to Cleveland, led to a touchdown, excuse me, a field goal, 39 yards from Greg Zuerlein. And here is a run. This time that's Frank Gore. He picks up 6 on the play. He's having a nice start, 7 carries for 38 yards. On his next drive, Dennis Crowley and the Seahawks did convert on a fourth down close to midfield, but then on fourth down with the ball at the 20-yard line of the Browns, they got greedy, went for it again. They caught a bad break, though, and were not able to convert. Cleveland has had the ball 3 times, once deep in Seattle's territory. The other 2 were 3 and out, so it's not like the Browns have been able to move the ball. So Dennis clearly has the advantage, though the score does not show it. Second down. Here comes a pitch to Frank Gore. He is running the ball frequently in this half. Now it is 3rd and 4, no gain, dreaded 5 for Frank Gore. So it's now 3rd and 4. That's Eddie Lacy in the backfield. Heads up for that off-tackle draw. Here is a short pass to Kyle Juszczyk, and that pass is going to fall incomplete. So they will, unless he's going to, no, he's not going to go for it. That would have been his 4th attempt at a fourth down. I think I would have gotten my feelings hurt had he gone for it on that play, but it wouldn't have been unusual. He turned the ball over the last time at his own 30. That's a short kick, and this is going to be returnable. And it's Jarvis Landry, and he picks up 8. So good field position for Cleveland. Let's see if they can convert. They have not, well, they have picked up 1 first down in this game, just 1. Have not been able to move the ball well at all. First down and 10. Ball at their own 43. 13 minutes to go here in the first half. Here's a pass to Lance Kendrick, and a pass falls incomplete. Second down and 10. Dak is 2 for 5 for 24 yards. He has just had a horrendous year. He's thrown more interceptions than he's thrown touchdowns, which it seems almost impossible when you look at his card. But again, you can sit there and point to bad breaks and this and that, but I'm the coach. I should be doing better with him. And for whatever reason, I'm not managing him correctly, and his stats reflect that. So it's just been a really disappointing year. But we're not going to give up. We're going to still try for that 500 record, even though that would mean a 6-0 run down the stretch. I'm either ambitious or crazy or both. Here comes an inside run for Alfred Blue. It's guessed wrong. Oh, geez, another bad break there. A 6, that could have got me 10 yards, but a white die 6, I'm not able to convert. So it's now 2nd down and 8. Ball at the Seattle 44. Again, Prescott under center. Alfred Blue is off to a lousy start. He's had a fine year, but he only has 3 yards on 4 carries. Here comes a pass. This one's going to Moncrief, and that's a pickup of 12. So another first down for Cleveland with the ball at the Seattle 32. So Dak Prescott now 4 for 7 for 47 yards. Here comes a pass to Kendricks. It's over the middle, and that's going to be some big yards there. That's 16 and another first down. So Seattle on their heels a little bit on this drive. Move the chains again. Cleveland is looking for big things on this drive. Certainly in scoring position, but they love to put 6 on the board and go up 2 scores. You hate to get in this red zone and settle for 3. Defense calls run. Excellent call by the defense. But Alfred is able to find his way for 5 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Ball at the 11. That was Alfred's biggest carry of the day, even though it was only 5 yards. Defense double teams Damian Williams, and he is smothered in the backfield, correctly double teamed. Nice call by Crowley. It's now 3rd down and 8. And this is the time that it tends to get dangerous for this club. There's been a lot of red zone turnovers that have just killed this team this year. Absolutely killed this team. So hopefully they can figure out a way to avoid that. So 3rd down, here it comes. Dak Prescott under center. Can he convert on another 3rd down? They've been very successful on 3rd downs this drive. Let's see if they can do it again. Dropping back, he's going to run. He's going to scramble, and he's going to pick up the 1st down. Wow, big play by Prescott. He needed 8, and he got 9, and that moves the chains again. So we've got another 1st down for Cleveland. Ball at the 5. Defense guesses pass. Here comes a pass to Damian Williams, and that pass falls incomplete. So it's now 2nd down and 5. For Cleveland. 8:24 to go here in the 1st half. Cleveland up 3 on the doorstep. Would love to get 6 here. Prescott 6 of 10 in the 1st half. He's been big on this drive. Defense calls pass. Here comes an off-tackle run for Alfred Blue. Oh, but he stopped in the backfield. There's 2 linebackers in that zone. Wow. 3rd down and 6 now. So 2 tight end set. Will they test this defense? Will they try it? Third down and 6. Let's see if we're not going to try that draw. We're going to go for Darby one more time. Let's see if we can catch a break here. Short pass. Maybe we get lucky and we get a must run. Prescott's gotten a couple first downs on this drive with his legs. Let's see what happens. Defense 3-3-5. Will they double team? Jarvis Landry on this play. No, they're just going straight up with the 4-man defense, and that pass will fall incomplete. The receiver card pretty weak on that play. So a disappointing end to a drive. However, they should come up with some points here. Zerline, this is a 23-yard field goal, nearly automatic, and in this case it is. And so Seattle has to feel pretty fortunate to only give up 3 on that play. Did a nice job defending the short field, came up with some big red zone defense, and they're still only down 1 score, 6-0. We're halfway through the second quarter, and Dennis will take over on his own 25. So the Seahawks have some work to do. They're down 6-0 to the 2-8 Cleveland Browns. 7-4, they're still in the playoff hunt. They'd like to go in at 8-4. Certainly don't want to drop a game to a club that has not won a game this quarter. And the wheels are falling off on this season. You just don't want to drop one to the lowly Cleveland Browns. Here's an off-tackle run for Eddie Lacy. Again, dreaded 5, no gain. Dancing between the raindrops. Look at that short gain on 2, 6, and 7. Cleveland catches another break. Dennis is not deterred. He does not panic. He will continue to run the ball until he gets the success that he wants. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he does it here again. So I'm going to call run. And here comes that off-tackle run. It is guessed right. And this time he drops a yard. So it's 3rd down and 11. 3rd and 11 for Seattle. Defense will stay in the 3-4 as they pretty much bring their standard package onto the field. Defense guesses pass. Here comes another off-tackle draw. This to Eddie Lacy, but he is stopped. He only picks up 7 on the play, and this will force likely another punt. And no, he's not. Dennis Crowley, again, is going for it, this time 4th and 4 on his own 31. He is steadfast in trying to make this work. Absolutely trying to make this work. And here comes a curl pass to Kenny Britt. Defense is blitzing on this play. Let's see if we make some noise here. 4th down and 4. It's guessed right. The receiver card falls short. And look at this. The Browns are going to take over once again. Seattle is 1 out of 4 on 4th down, and they turn the ball over once again in their own territory. So Cleveland will once again take over. Ball at the Seattle 31 with 5 minutes to play here in the first half. So Cleveland will take that good fortune, absolutely. They've had a lot of breaks on the cards, no doubt. But they'll take every break they can. There's a pass. It goes for only a yard. Cleveland's offense has been sputtering, though on their last drive they looked exceptional. But it fizzled at the end, and they had to settle for a safety. Excuse me, for a chip shot field goal. 2nd down and 9. Ball at the 30. 4:30 to play here in the half. Cleveland up 6. But in decent field position here with a chance to maybe tack on another score. Here comes a quick pass. Defense bringing the heat. This goes to Kendricks, and it's for 5. And now it's 3rd and 4. Two tight ends set for the Browns. 3:54 to play. .354 to play here in the first half. Cleveland up 6-0. Two tight end set, defense in the 3-4. And here comes a run for Dak Prescott. Defense is double teaming A.J. Darby. And it's a nice run. Prescott picks up 6 yards and move the chains. And that's going to help greatly because this could trim off some time to keep this ball away from Dennis. So continue to roll that clock. Ball at the Seattle 19. And here comes a pass to Landry. And that play is guessed wrong. So 11 yards on the play. Defense called short yardage. That was Landry's second reception for 28 yards. And again, great field position. A great chance for Cleveland to make some real noise here. Up 6-0. 2:42 to play here in the first half. I formation. Damian Williams, decent receiver. We're going to try a shot at him on this first down play. Defense guesses pass. Here comes that pass to Damian Williams. Only 3 men in the zone. And that pass is going to be caught, and it will be a touchdown. So Damian Williams makes his way into the end zone. And look at this. Cleveland is up 12-0. Pending this extra point, it could be 13-0. And absolutely. So straight and true for Greg Zuerlein, who has 7 points in this first half. 8-yard pass from Dak Prescott to Damian Williams. And Cleveland is up 13-0 with 2:24 here in the first quarter. Here comes the kick. It's a couple yards deep. And Seattle elects to take a knee. So ball at the 25, plenty of time. 2:24 here in the first half. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts for Seattle. On first down, here's an off-tackle draw to Eddie Lacy. It is guessed wrong, 7-yard pickup on the play. And that will probably take us to the 2-minute warning, and it does. Cleveland will not call timeout, obviously. Seattle will not call timeout. So 2nd down and 3, ball at their 34. Again, Dennis is a master of the 2-minute drill. Not afraid to run at all. Manages his timeouts very well. Another off-tackle run for Eddie Lacy, and this time he picks up 4 on the play. Clock will roll. They do pick up the first down. And that'll knock the clock down to 1:37. They will play hurry up, keep that same personnel on the field. Off-tackle draw to Eddie Lacy. And that's going to be the big gain he was looking for. It's 18 yards and a first down. It would take a lot of guts to call run on that play. And in this case, Cleveland did not. 1:15 to play. That clock is going to continue to roll. And Dennis is going to continue to call that off-tackle draw until you get him out of it. There's a crossing pattern, and that is the damage right there. You decide to call run, and he hits you up for a 14-yard pickup. So once again, Seattle is in business. 1:07, ball at the 32-yard line. All 3 of their timeouts remaining, so everything here is in play. Here's a crossing pattern. Again, incorrectly called by the defense. It's a pickup of 14 yards. He is stopped in the field of play, but with 3 timeouts remaining, that doesn't really matter. Seattle will, well, let's see what they do. They may not call timeout here. They will not. They continue to call the hurry-up offense. So they preserve all 3 of their timeouts. The ball is at the Browns' 18-yard line. Here's an off-tackle run. This time defense guesses right. He's only able to pick up a yard. And it's now 2nd down. They will call timeout here. So 37 seconds to go here in the first half. Cleveland up 13-0, but Seattle, once again, is in at least field goal range. So certainly they look to put some points on the board here before the half. 2nd down and 9. Both timeouts remaining. So let's see what they elect to do. So here's a crossing pattern to Kyle Juszczyk, and it's a short gain of 17 yards and a touchdown. And just like that, again, the master of the 2-minute drive, that is Dennis Crowley. Thy name is Dennis Crowley. So the 13-0 lead evaporates right before my very eyes. It's now 13-6. Dennis is electing whether or not to call, and he does. He will call for a 2-point conversion. So Russell Wilson, very difficult if you don't get this play called correctly. And here's a curl pass for Kenny Britt. Russell Wilson is able to make his way into the end zone on a must-run call, and it is now 13-8. So Cleveland will take the ball out. There's 15 seconds to go here in the half. And I'm going to go ahead and take a knee here and just go into the half and be happy. Ball at my own 23. No sense in jeopardizing it. I'm happy to have a lead. I'm in a good position here. Let's see if Seattle will call timeout. Nope, they will not. So we have made it to the half. So I'm sure that Dennis is going to say a little bit to me. He said good half. I said dodging bullets. I think that's about the most appropriate thing to say. He says he's being too careless earlier. I'm going to say. Now he's going to pay attention. I will say maybe there's something. Maybe there's something good on TV. So we're going to go ahead and get things kicked off here. So 13-8, an entertaining game, certainly different. Seattle has not been able to convert on 4th downs. Very aggressive play calling from Dennis Crowley. And unfortunately, early on, he's not had a lot of lucky rolls. And because of that, he's gone 1 out of 4. And it's led to 10 of Cleveland's 13 points. The other was on a bad punt. So Cleveland has taken advantage of every break given to him, which you should. But let's see what the second half holds. And already we're seeing a new face in the backfield for Seattle. That is Curtis Thompson, the Redskin, Washington Redskin. And he is a good pass-catching back out of the backfield. So let's see what this half gives to us. Here comes a screen pass to Thompson. And that pass falls incomplete. Interception chance on that. Not much of a chance, but still one. 2nd down and 10. Thompson still in the backfield behind Kyle Juszczyk. He had some big catches, including a touchdown just before the end of the first half. Here comes a fly. This is a deep pass for Britt. Defense keeps their free safety in the zone, but it's a dump-off pass, and it's a pickup of 10 yards and a 1st down for Seattle. So they didn't catch very many breaks like that in the first half, and now they catch a good one. And they'll move the chains as a result. Ball at their own 35. Russell Wilson, 9 of 16 for 79 yards. in that first half. Here comes a pitch out to Curtis Thompson. That's a 6-yard pickup. Short gain on 6, short gain on 8. I feel lucky to get us. I'll take that 7. That's a 6-yard pickup. 2nd down and 4. Here comes an off-tackle run to Curtis Thompson, and he is going to pick up 8 on the play. And it's Chris Thompson, excuse me. It's a pickup of 8, another first down. Doesn't take very long. Seattle already finds themselves at midfield. Defense calls run on this play. Here comes an off-tackle run to Thompson. It's guessed right, but he's still able to pick up 7 yards on the defensive card. There was an injury on that play, and that is Crowley, who is out for the game. That's huge. Terrible, terrible loss. That's 2 big losses now for the Browns on defense. They have a 0 on the field, and now that 6-rated linebacker at defensive end is replaced by a 4. So let's see if they can take advantage. Here comes the call. This is a quick out to Graham. He picks up 9 on the play, so another first down. And instantly, Seattle has made their way down the field. Ball at the Browns' 35-yard line. If not for these 4th down follies, Seattle would probably be in the lead and be in the lead big time. Cleveland has to feel fortunate, but now they've got to step up defensively and make some stops. Here's a pass to a number. Oh, dear me, look at that. A 17. Not a very effective wide receiver card, but he catches the break. 17-yard pickup, first down, ball at the 18. Cleveland looks powerless to stop the Seahawks on this drive. And there's a curl pass to Kenny Britt. That's a pickup of 12 yards and another first down. They have been mowing down Cleveland on this drive. 13-8. Look like they're well on their way for a score. Here's an off-tackle run for Curtis Thompson. Again, it's guessed wrong, but with 2 linebackers on the zone, he's dropped for a yard. So a good break. Nice play. 2nd down and 7. Defense guesses run. And here's a pass to Juszczyk. It's over the middle. It's an 11-yard pickup, and that lead was quite short-lived. So with 2 minutes to play in the first half, Cleveland had a lead of 13-0, and now they're down 14-13. Seattle will go for 2 here. Defense calls run. Here is a pitch out to Gore. There's nobody in the zone, and that is a 2-point conversion. So just like that, Seattle is up 16-13. So Cleveland has to make some noise here quickly, or this game is going to get out of hand. It's a good start, though. Nice drive. Nice return of 29 yards for Jeff Janis. So good start to this drive. Two field goals and a touchdown for Cleveland, 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions for Seattle. So here we go, 1st and 10. Ball at their own 30. Big drive for Cleveland. Let's see if they can answer. We're going to try to take a shot deep down the field on this play. There's nobody in the zone. Defense guesses pass, but there's nobody. It's a bomb to Landry. Oh, boy. I tell you what, this is 11 games in. I don't think that Prescott has completed but 1 deep pass the entire year. He does not have a very strong deep pass card, to say the least, with completions on 3 and 11, but the receiver card has really let me down. Just been a weird year. It was the right call, just didn't catch the break that time. 2nd down and 10. Here's a pass to Williams. Defense guesses pass. Not only that, but he double-teamed Williams. Boy, that was a nice call. Nice call by Crowley. So now it's 3rd down and 10. Ball at the 30. Seattle has woken up, everybody. They have woken up in a big way. Seahawks kind of playing with their prey in the first half, and it looks like the second half they've come out loud. Here's a pass to Last Kendricks, and the pass rush catches up with him, and that is a sack, 4th down and 20. Aggressive call and a good call. He brings the house, and he brings down Prescott for a 10-yard loss. Another nice kick for Schmidt. Boy, he's had a great game. That's a 52-yard kick, and there will be no return. So Seattle will take over at their own 29. They were able to race down the field with a big drive, 5 minutes and 8 points, and they've now taken the lead at 16-13. Going to try to extend that lead on this drive. First down and 10. Here's a pitch right, and he's dropped. So defense brings up a linebacker to make that stop, and it's now 2nd down and 12. Oh, boy. Deep shot for Kenny Britt. Oh, and the pass falls incomplete. That's a bad break, or a good break if you're a Browns fan. Defense called run. Tried to get a little too cute on that play. Deep shot to a strong deep shot receiver, Kenny Britt. Fortunately, it was on Russell Wilson's card, who has a less than average long pass guessed wrong card. So a break, to say the least, for Cleveland. Now it's 3rd down and 12. Juice Jack has been a very favorable target. And it makes it difficult to double team him. You have to commit a free safety to him, and he has just been crazy good. And he is being guarded by a 0, so we're going to bring the free safety up and see if he tries to stop it. Here comes an off-tackle draw on 3rd down and 12. So an interesting call for Crowley. He is able to pick up some yards. That's 7. So will Crowley go for it again? No, he will not. So an interesting call for Crowley. Plays it. I would say that's an aggressive call. As crazy as that sounds, that seems to me be a super aggressive call, thinking he could convert on that. But what am I to say? I mean, he is 7-4. He has way more trophies and rings than I will see in this game. So 1st down and 10, and here we are back where we started. Ball at the 26. Cleveland has had only one drive in their own territory that they've been able to score a touchdown, and they had great field position on that play. It was around the 40-yard line early in the second quarter. Here's a run for Alfred Blue. He's only able to pick up 3 on the play. So now it's 2nd down and 7. Ball at the 29. Cleveland's going to run Alfred again here. Wow. Defense is bringing the whole house on this one. Defense guesses pass. Here comes that run for Alfred Blue, and he dials up a 0. So it's now 3rd down and 7. Cleveland they cannot get out of their own way. Third down and 7, ball at their own 29. They have just not been able to put together much on offense. Only one drive that counted for anything. And now they have another chance here to 3rd down and 7. Nice call for Crowley. Defense double teams Moncrief, but he comes up with the catch. Wow, double team catch on 7. So terrific break for the Browns there. They will take it. Absolutely. So 1st down and 10 for the Brownies. Trailing 16-13. Game is zooming along. We got 4 minutes left to go here in the 3rd quarter. And Seattle called timeout on that play. Something about the formation that they didn't like. So they'll call timeout. 2 remaining. First and 10, ball at the 41. At this point, just getting to the 50-yard line seems like an accomplishment. It's like just trying to roll that boulder uphill. But it would be nice to answer with a drive here. Cleveland 2-8 at home today, trying to muster a win against one of the elite clubs in the SSFA. Here's another must run. Prescott is doing everything he can to will this team to victory. So it's 2nd down and 4. That was a 6-yard pickup, ball at the 47. Dennis has been pretty aggressive here with blitzing. Let's see if he does it again. I'm going to throw something over the middle. Just a quick flat pass. Let's see if he leaves the 4 there. He does blitz a man. And that's a pickup of 14 on the play. So a nice call. We'll take it. And we are once again in Seattle territory. Ball at the 39-yard line. Cleveland is trailing by 3 with 3:18 to go here in the 3rd quarter. I formation. Blue is the deep man. Defense gets his pass. And that's a pickup of 7. On the play, they run over the side of Marcus Cannon. So ball at the 32. They're nearing field goal range and a chance to at least tie. But obviously looking for more. Alfred Blue has been stymied today. 9 runs for 17 yards. Defense double teams Damon Williams correctly, but he's still able to make the catch. He does pick up 2. So now we have 3rd and 1 with the ball at the 2. Can the Browns convert on this 3rd and 1? It's been a nice drive. Certainly helped out by that double team catch by Moncrief. Defense keys on Prescott. So Alfred Blue is able to pick through the line and get 7 yards and moves the chains with the ball at the Seattle 23 and a minute 30 to go. Cleveland's looking pretty good here for at least a tie. Certainly in field goal range for Greg the Leg Zuerlein. Here comes a pass. This was going to Dante Moncrief. He is not double teamed. And that's going to be a nice pickup of 13 yards. So again, Cleveland in business. And business is looking good. So Damian Williams in the backfield with Alfred Blue. Prescott's looked pretty good, 14 of 21. Defense calls pass. They do not put a linebacker in that zone. This is a pitch to Alfred Blue. It's guessed wrong, but he's only able to pick up 3. Wow. Not the result that you want on what turned out to be a pretty decent play call. Just did not get the result we wanted. Alfred Blue's card is just not strong. Tom Cook ringing in my ears. Why did you make that trade for Alfred Blue? Tom Cook, I have no answer. Because if I did, I'd sure share it with you. 2nd down, ball at the 7. Again, Blue in the backfield. Damian Williams, who's had a decent game catching. Plenty of receptions for him today. Oh, defense calls run. Great call. Alfred Blue is able to pick up a couple there. Now it's 3rd and 5. We've just now ended the 3rd quarter. Cleveland, who led most of this game, now finds themselves down by 3, but they're at the Seattle 5, so they're looking good as far as a score and at least tying this game up. But certainly you get this far, you want that opportunity to put this through. 3rd down and 5. Big call here. Do they call a run? It'd be a gutsy call, especially with 2 men in that zone. And they're going to look for their big tight end, Lance Kendrick. Defense calls 3-3-5. Let's see if they throw the double team whammy on at least one of these guys. Does he bring the free safety up for a blitz? Patiently awaiting this play call, and they will not. They are blitzing several linebackers on this play. Here comes that pass to Kendrick. And the pass will fall incomplete. So it goes on the defensive card. They leave 4 men in the zone. He does not bring the free safety up for a blitz, and Greg Zuerlein will come on to try to hit a 22-yard field goal that will tie this score. So a nice drive by the Browns, a nice answer. And he will put it through the pipe. So we are tied at 16. So Cleveland answers back and puts themselves in a decent position here down the stretch to pull off the upset. Seattle will take over at their own 25. That's Chris Thompson again in the backfield. 6 and 8. Guess wrong. Got to be very careful with him. And here comes a curl pass. Guessed wrong defensively. Oh, big play there. Wow, what a break. Defender X or long gain and can't be any lower than a 4, but William Gay was able to make the play once again. So another bullet dodged for the Browns. 2nd down and 10. Here's a curl pass to Kenny Britt. This time they flush Wilson out of the pocket. He's able to pick up 7 on the play. That brings up 3rd down and 3. Ball at their own 32. 13:30 to play. We are knotted at 16. Defense calls short yardage. Oh, screen pass to Frank Gore, and that's going to be a big gain, 19 yards. Cleveland a little too aggressive on that play, and they are burnt. 19-yard pickup and a 1st down for Seattle, and just like that, they are in the Brown side of the field. Ball at the 49. And that chime can mean only one thing. My dishwasher has said we are done washing dishes. That little break brought to you by LG. Life is good. That's an 8-yard pickup on 1st down for Thompson. 2nd down and 2. Ball at the Browns 41. Cleveland's got to be looking now at this point for a turnover. Clean game on both sides. No interceptions, no fumbles. So no crazy breaks for either one of these two teams. Here comes an off-tackle run for Gore. He will pick up a 1st down on this play. So Cleveland needs to reset. Focus a little bit here. 16-16. Ball at the 33. Seattle looks well on their way to a score. And now it's just a matter of keeping it at 3 as opposed to 7 or trying to turn these guys over. But that is easier said than done. Cleveland has been on their heels all afternoon. Here comes an off-tackle run again for Thompson. It's a pickup of 7. There's an injury on the play. And this time, my goodness gracious, when it rains, it pours. Now Cleveland loses a linebacker. That's their 3rd injury of the game. They've lost their left linebacker, Levy, a 4. They've lost their right linebacker, Albert McClellan, a 5. And now they've lost Jadeveon Clowney, a 6. Boy, it's just getting harder and harder to see this thing through. But we will muddle through. But there's a lot of holes on this defense now. Again, an off-tackle run. They're just saying you have to stop this run. We've not made a correct call now, I believe, in 6 or 7 calls on this drive. He's just going to run until – 6 or 7 calls on this drive. He's just going to run until – 6 or 7 calls on this drive. He's just going to run until – 6 or 7 calls on this drive. He's just going to run until – 6 or 7 calls on this drive. He's just going to run until – 6 or 7 calls on this drive. He's just going to run until – 6 or 7 calls on this drive. He's just going to run until – 6 or 7 calls on this drive. He's just going to run until – 6 or 7 calls on this drive. He's just going to run until – 6 or 7 calls on this drive. He's just going to run until – 6 or 7 calls on this drive. He's just going to run until – 6 or 7 calls on this drive. He's just going to run until – 6 or 7 calls on this drive. He's just going to run until – 6 or 7 calls on this drive. He's just going to run until – 6 or 7 calls on this drive. He's just going to run until – 6 or 7 calls on you force him out of it. So here comes a short yardage call. Here's an off-tackle run for Thompson. So finally, Cleveland steps up and shows some courage. There's a stop, a 1-yard pickup for Thompson, 2nd down and 9. Rolling clock, 9:54 to play. Here comes a screen pass. Oh, and a horrible break for Seattle on the receiver card. He has a maxed out card, but he rolls a 7. And so that pass falls to the turf. 3rd down and 9. That is a huge break for the Browns. 3rd and 9. Here comes a pass to Thompson, and the pass is going to fall incomplete. So the Browns did their job. They stopped Seattle, and they will force a field goal attempt. This will be a 35-yard attempt for Santos, and it is good. So look at this. Cleveland will take over with 9 minutes to go, only trailing by 3. So there's definitely some room here for a comeback victory. Not a very good start, as it's a 19-yard pickup on 1st down. And that's where the Browns will take over at their own 19-yard line on a 16-yard kick return by Jeff Janis, whose previous return was 29 yards. Here's a pass to Kendricks. Defense guesses pass. That pass falls to the turf, incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 19. Browns trailing 19-16. Just under 9 to play here in the 4th quarter. Another pass to Kendricks. This pass again falls incomplete. 3rd down and 10. Some misfortune here on this drive. 3rd down and 10. Again looking for Kendricks. Like a broken record. He just does not have the confidence to throw to Landry, fearing the double team. And we'll try to go to Kendricks one more time. Again, he's got a strong secondary full of 5s. Here comes everybody on this blitz. Will he be able to even get this pass off? He does, but again, the pass falls incomplete. Just rotten luck. 0 for 3 on that drive. Quick 3 and outs, and back the ball goes back to Seattle. Excuse me. Here comes a 60. Gosh, boy, Schmidt has had just an outstanding game. A 65-yard kick. He has been superb this game. Seattle does not risk it and instead will let the ball fall to the turf, and they will take over at their 19-yard line. So 7:30 to play. Cleveland does have all 3 of their timeouts. Now comes the time for some serious stops. And there's a lot of holes on this field. Here's a pass that goes, oh, wow. Completed pass to Chris Thompson. 7 and 11 on his card. He rolls an 11, so he gets the 1st down on that play. Roll that clock. 6:54 to play here in the 4th quarter. Seattle up 19-16, looking to go 8-4. Making a nice move here in the 2nd half. Here comes a screen pass to Thompson. Nice pickup. 1st down, 5-yard play. Lots of zeros on this field to pick on. Now it's going to have to be some cooperation from the dice for this game to go anywhere. Here comes a curl pass for Britt. Again, on the receiver card, he's got a solid card. Picks up 3. Actually, that was a pass to Juszczyk. That was a dump-off pass. So 3rd and 2. Okay, things are looking up for the Browns here. 3rd down and 2. Here comes an off-tackle run to Gore, and he stopped in the backfield for a loss of 1, and Seattle will be forced to maybe punt. Look at this. So 1 out of 4 in this game, and Dennis is going to try to end it right now. Dennis is going to try to end this game right now. His odds are good because there are zeros in every direction on this field. There's plenty of opportunity to run here on 4th down and 3. I'm going to go ahead and call. Well, let's see. We'll think about this call. 4th down and 3, ball at the 37. There are zeros all over the field. Screen pass left, and it falls to the turf. It's incomplete, and again, the Browns have survived, and they will take over at the 37. Cleveland puts 2 linebackers in both of the flat pass zones to the left and to the right, but the play falls on Russell Wilson's card, and a 10 is an incomplete pass, and Cleveland will take over at the Seattle 3rd and 7. 5 attempts at 4th down conversions, and Cleveland has been able to stop 4 of them. They've needed a lot of help. Let's just be honest here. They've needed lots of help, but they've gotten it, and they now find themselves once again with a chance to at least tie this game, perhaps even take the lead. Nice call by Dennis. He puts 2 men in the zone. He double teams Williams. That's only a pickup of 1 on the play. So it's now 2nd down and 9. Ball at the Seattle 36. Running clock, 4:12 to play. Defense calls pass. Here comes the inside run for Alfred Blue. And he finally breaks through and picks up 14 yards and a 1st down for Cleveland. Ball at the 22. 3:36 to play. Here in this 4th quarter. So now things are looking really good when it comes to tying this game. If they can just stay turnover free, they could force overtime. Two men in the zone. Nice call by Crowley. He puts 2 people in the flat pass zone. That's a nice call. It's now 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 22. .318 to play. Defense calls pass. Double teaming Lance Kendricks. This is a pitch out to Alfred Blue. And he's able to pick up some yards on the play. That is a gain of 3. So now it's 3rd and 7. Ball at the 19. Alfred Blue is now fatigued, so they will yank him from this game. Dennis has been consistently dialing up blitzes. But on 3rd and 7, does he play conservative and say, try to beat me with the cards? Let's see what he does. Does he bring the house here and try to put Cleveland out of business field goal range-wise? Or does he play it safe? Does he throw a double team on? He does double team Landry and Booker. But the Browns intend to throw to Dante Moncrief. They are not bringing a blitz. So let's see if he can complete this pass. And he does! And Moncrief makes the catch, and the ball is at the Seattle 7. So with 2:42 to play here in the 4th quarter, things are looking very good for the Browns. Cleveland will not take a timeout. They'll let this clock get all the way to the 2-minute warning. And so here we go. Ball at the 7-yard line. Timeouts will not be a factor for the Browns at this point. 1st and goal to go. Ball at the 7. The Browns are 2-8. Seattle 7-4. The Browns have caught every break imaginable this game. Let's see if they can parlay it into something good. Defense calls pass. Here's a run for Alfred Blue. He will go up the middle, and it will pick up a yard. So again, Alfred Blue, not very effective today. 15 carries for 49 yards. He is fatigued, but the Browns choose to keep him in. And we have made our way to the 2-minute warning. So ball at the 4. So ball at the 4, Cleveland with it. Knocking on the doorstep of at least tying this game, but they would love to have that crack at this. Here comes a run for Prescott. Defense guesses run. Prescott loses a yard, and it's now 3rd and 5. What will the defense do? Will they elect to call timeout and preserve some clock? And they will. Seattle took a timeout early in this game, and that leaves them with 1. So we now have 3rd down and goal to go. Ball at the 5 with 1:52 to go. What to do, what to do. And they're going to try Alfred Blue one more time around the end. 3rd down and 5, a big moment in this game. Can Cleveland convert? They've had a lot of difficulty here scoring in the red zone. They've had to settle for field goals, and lots of them. 3 of them. They really would love to have this score here. Ball at the 5, 3rd down. Defense with the 3-3-5. Where are the double teams? Let's see what he's going to do. Or does he just stay with a straight 4-man in the defensive secondary? It's been an excellent game. It's been an entertaining game for sure. Coming right down to the wire. Cleveland has lost so many of these games, so many close calls, 3-point losses, 6-point losses. Can they find a little magic? Oh, let's see what he said. The question here is whether, I got to read this. Let's read this here real quick. This is funny. The question here is whether you remembered your end run. Maybe I take a chance and think about the end. I'm tempted to say yes. Yes, you remembered. All right, so let's see what he does here. So this is Alfred Blue making that run. Defense calls run. So this doesn't look like it's going to end well. But Alfred Blue finds his way into the end zone for the score. Oh, my gosh, the only number that would have led to anything on his card. Well, looks like, that's it. A 6-yard pickup. There was a 5 on a 7. Alfred Blue finds his way into the end zone. Hold on a second. I got to say this. Luckiest game of the year. That was crazy. Oh, well, we'll put this one through. But as we have said, the master of the 2-minute warning is Dennis Crowley. Up 22-19. They're going to go ahead and put this one through the pipes. Punch this extra point through, and they do. Hold on a second. Now I got to say this now. I want to tell Dennis, now I'm facing the Strat Joe Montana. Let's see what he says. So I'm glad to bring this broadcast to you. Again, it's just a regular season tilt, but Dennis is a friend of mine. He is my Strat mentor. And for whatever reason, this guy is exponentially a better coach, but I get lucky every once in a while. And today, of course, it's been through 4th down conversions. So let's see. Let's see what we see. Here comes the kickoff. And this one is going to go to the 2, and he will sit on this one for sure. I say for sure, and gosh, who knows? That's Dwayne Harris on the return. Does he take it out? He's had some poor returns today. Does he take a chance with it? Waiting for him to make his decision. I'm sure he's looking at his cards, trying to make that determination. Is it worth taking a shot on the Browns' kickoff return defense? And he thinks better of it. So it's touchdown or bust for Seattle, trailing 23-19 with 97 ticks on the clock, but only one timeout remaining. Dennis has a tendency to run here and be aggressive, continuing to run, but with one timeout, I feel good about it. I'm going to take it easy and go ahead and call pass, and let's see what the cards do. Here comes a quick pass to Juice Jack, but it falls to the turf, incomplete. The Browns have zeros on both sides of their flat passes due to injury. They've lost two linebackers, and actually a third linebacker if you count Clowney, although he's a defensive end in this game. He can play linebacker. They have been decimated by injuries, and there is nothing left in the cupboard. So we got to play with what we got to play with. Defense will stay in the 3-4. Defense again calls pass. And here's a pitch to Thompson. He is able to get out of bounds. He does pick up 5, so it's now 3rd down and 5, 1:22 to go. Clock stops. On the attempt to get out of bounds, I believe Tom said that on odd rolls, the clock rolls. On even rolls, the clock stops. So 3rd down and 5. Ball at the Seattle 30. Here's an off-tackle draw to Thompson. Defense guesses pass. And he is able to pick up 8 yards, and they will move the chains. 1st down. But it's touchdown or bust for Seattle. They'll keep their personnel on the field. Well, actually, they called a timeout there. So now there's 1:15 to go. Seattle cannot stop the clock unless they get out of bounds or spike it on plays that gain yards. So let's see. Here comes a curl pass. This one's to Kenny Britt. There's 3 men in the zone. That is a pickup of 13, but he's not able to make it out of bounds, so they're going to have to continue to play hurry up. (23-19). Cleveland cannot stop the clock here. So they're probably considering spiking it because that was a catch that was made in the field of play. Crowley's mulling over his options. Does he spike it here, or does he just continue to play the hurry-up offense? If he plays hurry-up, I believe that'll give him the ball with 45 seconds to go. Maybe even 37. This clock can get kind of wild and woolly. I need to check something. Yeah, okay. So Dennis is going to check something here. I probably think it has to do with the clock, and he's trying to determine whether or not to spike this ball or if he's going to play hurry up. So 1 minute to go. This has been a crazy game. It's been a good one, but it's been a crazy one. So 1 minute to play. Okay, he's ready. All righty. So Cleveland's going to stay in that 3-3-4. Defense double teams Britt. Here comes a pitch again to Chris Thompson. It's a pickup of 6, and he is stopped before he gets out of bounds. Now it's 3rd and 5. So apparently they did spike the ball to stop it at a minute. He cannot stop the clock now. So with 37 seconds to play, it's 3rd down and 5. Defense is just going to play conservative. Here comes a screen pass to Chris Thompson, and that's going to be a big pickup. 0 linebacker in the zone. He gets the first down, and he's able to get out of bounds, so he stops the clock with 30 seconds to play. So formation-wise, what will Seattle come out with? 30 seconds. They do not have a timeout remaining, but now the ball is at the Cleveland 26. Cleveland has played pretty conservative. Now they may need to get just a slight little bit more aggressive. Dennis is trying to decide on this formation. I'm pretty sure they made their way out of bounds on that play. Yes, that was an even, so he did get out of bounds. So defense stays in their 3-3-5. Excuse me, defense will get into their 3-3-5. But again, this is going to leave some real vulnerability here. "30 seconds to go. Cleveland leading the 7-4 Seattle Seahawks." Defense calls pass. Here comes a pitch to Chris Thompson. He will pick up some yards here, but he does make his way out of bounds. It's a pickup of 5. So 22 seconds to go. So tough. You get that. You don't get that play. He doesn't get out of bounds, but again, now he's making it so that the potential is there for a short pass touchdown as opposed to have to going long. So this is a huge play here. Defense again goes to the 3-3-5. Defense calls pass. Here's a pitch out to Chris Thompson, but the defense they put a linebacker in the zone, and he's able to make it out of bounds. So it was on the offensive card. And so now things are looking really bad for Cleveland. Great calls for Dennis. He's caught some great breaks. He's able to make it out of bounds on 3 consecutive runs. And now we are looking at real trouble here. With 0 flat pass zones. But if they can keep him in bounds, there's still a chance. But you cannot double team with that linebacker. So again, 3-3-5 defense. Do we stay in it? Yes, 3-3-5 defense. That's where we will stay. And here comes a slant pass to Jimmy Graham. And this is going to be the ball. The pass falls incomplete. So, they live to see another day. Wow. Talk about dancing between the raindrops. 8 seconds to play. If this is caught in the field of play, the game is over with. So this is more likely than not going to be a short pass. I can't see him running Russell Wilson and taking a chance on another even die. This is going to have to be the play that's going to end the game. So defense stays with the 3-3-5. Going to take my time here and try to figure this one out. Sorry for the lull, guys, but this is the last play of the game, basically, and this is nail-biting time. Trying to figure out, I'm probably going to throw the triple-double here and get a 60% chance of double-teaming the right person. It's just that, ooh, who to double-team? He has such quality. Well, we're going to try the triple-double. We'll see what happens. We are double-teaming Jimmy Graham on this play. Let's see if it makes a difference. Oh, double-team, yes, sir. He's right. He just sent me a notice. 7 on the double team would work quite nicely. So this is going to be the ball game. 1 second to play. 23-19. How many times has Dennis come through on the last play? I almost feel like I should wake up Tom Cook so that he can interview Dennis at the end of this ball game. I've never been on the back end of any of these losses at the last second because I haven't made the playoffs that often. But let's see. Dennis usually beats me like a drum. Let's see how this last game plays out. Hold on a second. I'll have to let him know. And it all comes down to this. Defense comes out with a 3-3-5. Tough to throw a flat pass here, although he knows I'm going to be bringing the triple-double. He knows I'm going to be bringing the triple-double. If it's on Russell Wilson's card, there's nothing I can do about it. And there is this pattern to Kyle Juszczyk. This is the ball game. I did not double team him on that play. Instead, I decided to double team elsewhere. The pass falls incomplete, and the game is over. Oh, my gosh. What a horrible break. 1 notch away from an 11-yard scoring opportunity on Russell Wilson's card, and that is the ball game. So Cleveland pulls the crazy upset over Seattle, 23-19. We'll look at the box score in just a little bit. Okay. Says he's not quite sure how I pulled that off, and I said, life's little mysteries, I guess. He almost went flat. Yes, I thought you would. Yeah, he says he was going to go flat there, and I kind of thought he was going to do that as well. Tom in New York has joined. Oh, my gosh. Tom Cook has joined. I'll be daggone. He was watching this as well. Somehow he joined up with this. Live by aggression, die by aggression. That is the story of this game. 5 third down conversions. 4 of them fell short, and Cleveland took advantage of every one of those 4th downs. Every one of them led to a score, I believe. I had to take a look at the box score, but I believe that every one of them led to a score. So I'll stop short of saying this was gift wrapped, but when you're 2-8, you'll take anything at this point. So I'm thankful to have a win. This has been a lousy season, and it's been my fault 100%. I blame no one else but myself. But to come up with a win against such a quality coach and a quality person too on top of that, that's made my day. That's okay. I'll take it. I'm very, very thankful. Dennis says, live by aggression and die by aggression. And I just told him, I said, zeros all over the field in the second half. But the only numbers that count, 23-19. So Cleveland pulls off the crazy upset against Seattle. Let's just take a look at the box score here real quick before we go. I don't believe anybody's going to join me up here at the end. But this was a decent game for Dak Prescott. He's not exactly had one of the better years. I would imagine that of all the people who have him in Stratomatic, I probably am having the lousiest year with him, but today he did not turn the ball over. Now, again, those numbers don't look crazy good, 16 of 28, only 139 yards. But that's 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. He also was great running the ball, 7 for 28. Again, doesn't look that impressive, but he had several must runs that got first downs for this club. And again, Cleveland was able to convert on a pretty decent amount. Let's just put it this way. They converted when they needed to convert. 4 out of 13 at Seattle and 6 out of 13 for Cleveland. Again, that doesn't look wildly impressive, but those third downs, when they mattered, they got them. They had a lot of 3 and outs in this contest, but probably the biggest number that you're going to look at, there it is, 1 of 5 for Seattle on third down conversions, and Cleveland turned every one of those into a score. Leading rusher in this game, I'm sure belonged to Dennis. There he is. It's Chris Thompson, who played the second half, had all 81 of his yards in the second half. Frank Gore did much of his damage in the first half with 45 yards. Eddie Lacy, 9 carries for 42 yards. So you look at that, 5.4, 4.5, 4.7. Russell Wilson, 1 carry for 7 yards. Alfred Blue picked it up in the second half. He had a big short gain that led to that final touchdown. So, and of course, he had that game winning score on third and 5. Cleveland didn't have to settle for a field goal. He went around the end, picked up 6 yards to put Cleveland on top, 22-19, and with the extra point, 23-19. Again, no outstanding stars receiving wise, actually, for either one of these two clubs. No turnovers. It was a clean game. If it matters, there's Rainick Wilson with 15 tackles. That's a crazy number. Again, I'm very thankful for this game. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. And everybody has left. So I will go ahead and wrap up this broadcast. So just want to have a fun one. My season's been awful, and I felt good about just doing a quick broadcast. I'm going to go ahead and post this on YouTube. I'll be back, as will Tom and Dennis, and we'll be calling some playoff games when we'll actually start to see some teams with winning records. But, hey, I'm glad to have this win tonight. So, again, SSFA 2018 season. This was Cleveland Browns hosting the Seattle Seahawks, and Cleveland comes out on top 23-19. This is Michael Reeves. We'll be back for the playoffs here in a few more weeks. God bless, and have a great night.